She cut my hair yesterday. Or, my hair was cut yesterday. Katie washed my car because I asked her. Or, my car was washed by Katie because I asked her. Of course, you can use those simple structures in your speech, but let me suggest you an alternative option. For example, do you remember our first sentence? She cut my hair yesterday. Instead of that, I can say, I let her to cut my hair. Or, I got my hair cut. Or, I have my hair cut. So, today's topic is causative voice. And I'm going to mainly focus on verbs have, get, make, and let. The idea of causative voice is simple. We use it when we want to say that we don't actually do something, but we ask, force, or allow someone to do it for us. And you might think, why should I learn causative voice when I can just use simple structures like active and passive voice? Yes, you're right, you can use them, but if we want to reach the advanced level, we actually must enrich our English skills. Do you agree with me? So we have passive and active causatives. But for now, we are going to talk about active causatives, and we'll come back to passives a little bit later. We use have as a causative verb when we ask someone to do something for us, and it's usually about services. It means that we pay money for that action. And the structure here is subject plus have plus agent. Agent is a doer of an action, plus verb and plus object. For example, I had a maid tidy my room. It means a maid tidied my room because I paid her. Again, our sentence is I had a maid tidy my room. Here, I is my subject. I used had as a causative verb because it indicates the past action. Made is an agent of a sentence, tied is our verb, and my room is the object. Or, I had a detective to investigate the recent theft. So it means that I paid detective to investigate the theft that have recently happened. But as I already mentioned, we use have as a causative verb if we pay someone to do something for us. But if we just ask and persuade someone to do something for us without paying any money, we use get as a causative verb. For example, my brother did my homework because I asked him to help me. It's actually a very long sentence and the structure is very simple. So instead of it, you can say, I got my brother to do my homework. To do my homework, which is absolutely important. And if you remember, we don't use the preposition to with causative have, but with causative get, we use this preposition to before the verb. For example, I had a mechanic check my car. As you see, I don't use the preposition to. I had a mechanic check my car, but I got a mechanic to check my car. I got a mechanic to check my car, okay? The structure is almost the same and the only difference is the preposition to. So the structure is subject, get, agent, to plus verb and object. I got my neighbor to take care of my dog. It means I didn't pay him, I just asked him. I got my sister to prepare a dinner. Means my sister and I have good relationship and I persuaded her to prepare a dinner for me. But if we want to say that we forced someone to do something, we use make as a causative verb. And the structure of a sentence is the same like with get. It is subject, make, agent, to plus verb and object. I made my sister to prepare a dinner. It means I forced her to do it. And we use make to describe not only a physical force, but it can be a mental force or due to the authority of a person. For example, my manager made me to break up with my colleague. It's because he's my manager and my work was at stake. And the last one is let as a causative verb, and we use it when we allow someone to do something. And again, the structure is the same like with get and make. It is subject, let, agent, to plus verb and object. For example, I let my son to skip the school today, which means I allowed him not to go to the school. I let my barber to change my hairstyle, or I let my friend to call me at night. And now, when we have clear understanding of active causatives, let's move on to passive causatives, for which we usually use get and have. So the structure here is a little bit different, and it is subject, causative get or have, plus object plus verb. And here, instead of basic verb form that we use in active causative voice, you will need past participle verb, which is the third form of irregular verbs, or regular verbs with ed ending. Irregulars are become, became, become, go, went, gone, and regulars are accept, accepted, watch, watched. I hope you noticed that there isn't an agent in the structure of passive causatives, because it's usually obvious. For example, you got your essay checked. We don't need to mention the agent because obviously your teacher checked your essay. Or, I have my hair cut. It's clear that a barber cut your hair and you paid for it, because I used had. She has her hair styled. Again, I didn't mention an agent because everyone knows that the agent is a hairdresser. And I use get if I persuade someone. For example, I will get my dog walked, which means I will just ask someone to walk my dog, and I'm not going to pay for that. The second example is, she gets her car washed, or I got my laptop fixed. Also, I'd like to mention that some English learners confuse past perfect and present perfect with passive causative voice with have. For example, I had my car washed, which is passive causative, or I had washed my car, which is past perfect sentence. So you can actually differ them with these if you know the structure. The structure of causative is have plus object plus verb, but past perfect structure is had plus verb plus object. We use almost the same structure to make a present perfect sentence. It's have plus verb plus object. Correspondingly, I have my room cleaned is causative voice, and I have cleaned my room is a present perfect sentence. And that's actually the end of the video, and I hope you liked it, guys. If so, please subscribe to my channel, like this video and leave your comments below. And of course, I am going to see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye bye.